Black are defeated by South Barwon, the two will play each other the following week in the first final. So it's a reoccurring theme in the local leagues, isn't it, Cal?
Certainly is. And, we did have another interview lined up for this week.
Now, Cal, why don't you tell us about that and your mate Matthew Scarlett? What happened there?
Well, I did have a sit-down earlier this week with Matthew Scarlett here in the studio.
First of all, just tell us, how did that come about? Was it planned? Was it unexpected?
Absolutely pure arsehole by myself.
Really?
He moseyed on into the studio and went on to Dennis Scanlon's front page here on 94.7 The Pulse. And before he went into the studio to have a chat to Dennis, I said, mate, why don't you come up to the big stuff and join us here on the Final Siren on Sunday? And he said, you betcha. No problems at all.
Well, think about it. It's an honour for him. He's an All-Australian.
No, that's right.
Premiership player.
6-time All-Australian, 3-time Premiership player, 284 games, but he's never been on the Final Siren.
Never been on the Final Siren. So this was actually the ultimate for him.
That's
really.
right.
A NAB Cup Premiership captain. Put all those medals out of the way. The Final Siren with myself and yourself.
Yep.
That's the honour.
That was the honour, and we had a sit down. We had a really great chat. We chatted all things sauce. We chatted the book. We chatted his time at South Barwon and how he is absolutely loving it down there.
Mm-hmm.
And only for somebody to nick my USB.
What?
I had, and not just his chat, but I've had international artists that I've chatted to on this USB, and somebody's absconded with it. And if I find that particular person, I'm going to stick my size 12.
All right. So, in other words, you didn't deliver, Cal.
We're going to put it like that. Don't worry, we'll get it. I'll get it, and we will have that chat for you next week. Absolutely, here on the Final Siren. Matthew Scarlett.
It's the most annoying thing as a journo, losing your resources.
But I'm not a journo. I'm just a half-assed radio comic.
Well,
So, I get these really great interviews through the 94.7 The Pulse. And we had Sports Saturday last year, and Simon Colosimo, former Socceroo, World Cup player as well, Adrian Leia. So both
Ben Graham, Super Bowl player and AFL Grand Finalist.
So we've done well on the Sports Saturday last year, and I had all these chats lined up, and it happens, unfortunately.
Look, I think we need to make a document, the Yanks are always going on about their Second Amendment. We need the Final Sirens version.
Mm-hmm.
We'll, print it, I don't know, we can put it up in the studio. If listeners are welcome in and come see it, we can have a museum set up. This document will have rules, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Rules for the show.
Rules for the show.
Because for those that are listening for the first time, we're actually going to be on during summer. We'll be keeping you up to date with the ins and outs from each club. We'll catch up with the best and fairest winners. I mean, it was great by Trotter to tell us about Inverley's results, and I know the North Geelong women's team are having their best and fairest count right now. So I think on this document, the number one rule, I've got witnesses listening in.
Mm-hmm.
Don't lose your USB, Cal. That's the first one.
And triple save everything.
Triple save, back up, and don't lose the USB. Use the USB. Don't lose the USB. Bit of a tongue twister there.
So stick with us throughout the summer. As Alex just said, we're going to have interviews.
Saved
interviews, and then we'll have. We're going all the way through the summer. All the ins and outs, as Alex said.
Yep.
Everything all lining up for next season. Only local footy show that's going to continue going through. But who cares about
the
others?
Footy show in general.
That's right.
When you think about it, I mean, all the commercial stations, they finish up after September. But
they go back to playing really crappy music.
Well, yeah, that and, playing cricket and golf and, they play all those sports. Look, I do have a bit of a fancy spot for some of those sports, but come on, if you like footy, you're going to be listening Sunday nights to 94.7. So with that, I think we got to catch up with Matt Gibbs around the corner, don't we, Cal?
We certainly do. We're going to go to a bit of a song break here. This is Rev Theory with Alpha King. You are listening to the Final Siren on 94.7 The Pulse.